A gang of thugs surrounded an old man, but he remained completely calm. He got up, locked the door from the inside himself, and said, "Now, none of you will be leaving here alive." A thug named Ganja tries to attack him sneakily, but the old man deflected his blow in a single move and broke his companion's teeth. A stout man grabs a bottle as a weapon, but the old man traps him with his electromagnetic chain for a full 10 seconds. The gang leader can't take it anymore and pulls out a gun, but the old man's bulletproof umbrella stops all the bullets. Just as the leader aims again, the old man knocks him out with a rubber bullet. The bar owner tries calling the police, but the old man calmly raises a hand, neutralizing him with a Conan-style tranquilizer dart. Stunned by all this, Matt impulsively agrees to take the Kingsman selection test with the old man. The old man says, "If you pass this test, you'll be an agent like me, a gentleman on dangerous missions." The old man scans his fingerprint, and the wardrobe floor slowly starts to lower. When they reach about 500 meters underground, there is a high-speed train that takes them to the Kingsman Academy. They reach their destination in just 10 minutes. Everyone who has come there is either a genius or a physical monster. The professor arrives, gives everyone a fruit bag, and says, "This test could prove fatal at any moment." All signed the death waiver. The professor set training for tomorrow, then left. At 3 a.m., as they slept, water seeped from the floor. Matt thought he'd wet the bed, but the light showed the entire dorm had become a swimming pool. The water was rising fast, and everyone panicked. Someone shouted the toilet's vent pipe has air. So everyone took out shower pipes and put them into the toilet vents to breathe. But Matt didn't do that. He knew that the air from the toilet wouldn't save them. He took a deep breath, swam right to the mirror, and began punching it repeatedly. He then realized it was a two-way mirror with a hidden room behind it. The glass shattered, the water drained, and they were all saved. It was the first test, but one teammate died from suffocation. The rest got a hunting dog and had months of intelligence and physical training. Finally, only 6 remained to take the parachute jump test. On command, everyone jumped from the plane. But the professor then revealed, "One of you is missing a parachute from your bag." Everyone panicked. Matt suggested jumping in pairs. 1 parachute for every 2 people, but one boy opened his too soon. Now only 5 remained. Matt's idea: link hands in a circle, open their chutes one by one, and save the one without. Everyone else landed safely, leaving just Matt and Amy, holding each other tight. Amy opened the parachute at 500 meters. They both landed safely. 3 people who missed the target zone were eliminated, though his team advanced to the next round. Matt was angry. "I have the top score, so why was my bag missing a parachute?" The professor smiled, opening his bag to show a parachute. This was his psychological test, his new mission. Use mind games on a girl to get intel on a criminal organization. Matt and a rich boy thought this was simple. They both flirted and bought her a drink, but she simply ignored them both and just walked away. When they both follow her, they suddenly pass out because the girl had already drugged their drinks. Matt wakes up tied to a railway track. A gang boss asks, "Who sent you?" He says, "Tell me the base's location, and I'll let you go." Matt says, "I know nothing, just let me go." The approaching train reveals the truth. It was all a loyalty test. Matt and Amy pass, but the scared rich boy reveals everything and is eliminated. Now Matt reaches the final round to meet the Kingsman boss. The boss says, "I used to work for Batman, and I see a lot of potential in you." Then the boss gives him a gun and sips from a bottle. Matt looks at the dog he trained, his heart heavy, but he cannot pull the trigger. Just then, nearby Amy fires, killing her dog. Matt fails because of his compassion. He takes a self-driving taxi home, unemployed once again, but he now has skills and a true companion. His mother is delighted when he arrives. When Matt sees his mother's bruised face, he knows her ex-husband is responsible again. This time, Matt is determined to finally take his revenge. He drives up to the man. The man laughs, saying, "Little boy, go home and drink your milk." He gets up and tries to fight Matt, but the taxi locks automatically and takes Matt straight to the professor's home. Matt arrived directly at his teacher's house. The teacher was furious. Matt lost a huge opportunity over one mistake. Had he considered what happened earlier, he would have realized that, just like the parachutes in everyone's bags, his gun wasn't loaded with real bullets, but rubber ones. Because a just organization wouldn't make its agents perform such a cruel act, Matt felt immense regret upon learning the full truth. But fortunately for him, his teacher had now asked for one last chance. He could make him his assistant so they could go on a real spy mission together. They both prepared for the mission and secretly entered a church. Matt gave remote support while the teacher was inside on watch. They'd been warned a dangerous experiment was about to take place. But after a long wait, nothing happened. Just one person on stage was talking complete rubbish. As the teacher went to leave, a mysterious man used a remote, and a strange frequency started coming from everyone's mobiles. Suddenly, everyone went crazy, attacking each other. The teacher had never seen such madness. He cleared a path with his umbrella gun and gadgets, knocking people down, narrowly escaping. But when he got outside the church, he saw that the mysterious man, Valentine, was already waiting for him. Valentine smiled and said, "This is our new technology. We just have to send a frequency signal from a satellite, and it activates software installed on people's mobile phones all over the world. This signal quickly drives the human brain insane. People go mad and start killing," he said. "We've given out 1 billion free mobiles. Activate the signal, and the world will destroy itself. What's more, all the rich and powerful have signal blockers implanted in their necks for protection. By the time the poor people kill each other, these people will quietly take control of all the world's resources." Saying this, Valentine shot the teacher, and he was killed on the spot. Matt was devastated by what he'd seen. Furious and grieving, he went straight to the Kingsman boss, vowing, "I'll complete the mission for my teacher and finish Valentine." The boss, unfazed, sat him down, poured a brandy, and spoke. Agreed, but then Matt noticed something strange. The boss's neck had a surgery scar, meaning he also had the signal blocker chip, and was therefore working with Valentine. But Matt showed no reaction, just calmly picked up his glass and drank. The boss now revealed his true colors. He produced a pen gadget and said, "This drink is laced with a neurotoxin. If I press the button on this pen, poison will race through your veins and you will die, but if you decide to join us, you can have a place in a new world." Matt said no without hesitation. The boss laughed, pressed the button, but suddenly went pale, his heart pounded, and then he collapsed. In reality, seeing the mark on his neck, Matt cleverly switched their glasses. Thus, the boss drank the poison himself. Matt removed the boss's blocker chip and took it back to the academy. He told the professor everything. They agreed to stop Valentine's plan. Now they had just 6 hours left, as Valentine was about to activate his global frequency signal. Disguised, Matt, the new Kingsman agent, embarked on his first mission. The professor forged a fake identity for him to infiltrate Valentine's underground base. Many billionaires were present there, each one worth billions of dollars. Matt targeted one of them and, pretending to talk, knocked him out with a tranquilizer dart and stole his laptop. But then someone put a knife to his throat. It was none other than the same rich boy who had failed the selection test earlier. Matt's identity was exposed. He quickly used his shock ring, knocked the boy unconscious, and escaped. Now Valentine activated the alarm system. 180 bodyguards started chasing Matt. Though Matt took down dozens, he was now completely outnumbered, cornered in a dead end. He was forced to ask the professor for help, but their plane was also captured, with soldiers now aiming rocket launchers. Then Matt remembered that the blocker chip he had removed also had a self-destruct code, which Valentine had created to eliminate treacherous rich people. Now that code was their last hope. The professor entered the code and instantly, all the blockers detonated. Hundreds of soldiers' heads then burst like fireworks. The rocket launchers stopped. Explosions and flashes lit up the entire sky. Now it was Valentine's turn. Enraged, he activates the system. Mobiles activate across the world, and massacres start everywhere. Matt storms the control room with a machine gun, firing on everyone. Then Valentine sends his most dangerous bodyguard, a woman whose legs are sharp blades. She leaps into the air and cuts Matt's gun in two. The woman starts a frenzied attack, spinning 360 degrees whatever Matt picks up. She cuts the two. Finally, Matt decided he had to face her head-on. They clashed in mid-air. She scissor-kicked. Matt hit back with his shoe knife. It looked like Matt would be cut, but only his tie was sliced away. Her arm was cut, and so she started to fall. Matt smiled, his knife poisoned. The woman collapsed. He threw another knife straight into Valentine's heart. He collapsed instantly. Matt went to the control panel and cut the signal transmitter. People worldwide returned to normal. The plot to destroy the world was over, and one man stopped it all. Agent Matt, the one true Kingsman.